Hey, hey everybody, it's Jason with JR Custom Designs. Um, I have the CO2 laser gantry alignment jig or truing jig. This particular model or version is designed around, the original is designed around the Boss laser. Obviously, as you can tell, I own one. The original version was made for the 2436 through the 3655 version. This adaptation was made for the basically any CO2 laser with a square tube gantry for the x-axis. Now with the 14 and 16 series from Boss, it's a square tube. It's not the channeled tube like the bigger machines. So this was created to allow the same system to work on those as well. All the parts are the same with the exception of the mounting block and the rails that get hard mounted to your tube. So keep in mind that when this gets mounted, you will have to drill holes and attach screws to your gantry, which for Boss lasers is not an issue because the inside of the tube is hollow except for the far right side, about the first 6 inches where the wires go in and out of the gantry to your cable chain. So as long as you stay away from that area, you should be fine. Of course, this is something you'll do at your own risk. This is not, I'm just providing a means. If you want to do it, that's fine. If not, it's understandable. But do know I'm not responsible for anything that happens. So make sure everything's good before you proceed or purchase. Okay. So with this kit, I'll show you what it comes with here. All right. Alright, so what this kit comes with, it comes with your 2 pivot or mount blocks and pivot arms. They're directional by side, or they're come on. They're positional based on their size or the sides, because the left side will pivot left and right 180 degrees. Whereas the one that gets mounted on the right hand side only pivots one direction and it stops in the vertical or near vertical. And the reason for that is so you can have a true 90 at a given spot on your gantry. Okay, you'll also get your 2 long for your bigger material and or your rotary alignment. You use these to align your rotary, and then you got the 2 smaller ones which are your typical use. Then you have one that's a 90 degree, which is for consistent mounting for 90 degree angles. And then you'll have your drill template. This is what you'll use to drill the holes required for mounting the 2 rails. If you notice on the back, it tells you the size of the drill bit you need. You need an 1/8 inch drill bit. This will go on the back side. Alright, so it's going to go on the back side of your beam for your gantry. These stops, there's 3 of them. Those stops go against the back of your gantry. Alright, so this flat piece should mount flush to your gantry, and then these lugs are pressed against the back, and then you drill the holes, the 3 holes. You can get away with 2 if you want, but 3 gives it more stability and it doesn't allow it to flex, whereas 2 could possibly lead to a little bit of flex in the middle under pressure. Once your holes are drilled with this, you'll install your rails. Alright, these rails are meant for the mounting block and the slider tube to mount on. If you notice here, there's an arrow. That arrow goes to the front. So when you mount it, it'll be up. It's bad, but anyways. So when you mount it, the arrow will be facing down and to the front, pointing to the front. Alright, now the key to this is, since this is made for the smaller machines, this is obviously a much bigger machine. So for the smaller machines, you want to find a good happy medium to where you can get away with mounting these, because these here are, they're 240 millimeters, so they're about 9.5 inches long. Alright, so you want to mount these in a way to where they're separated enough to allow you to move the slider side to side to be able to get to your material. So I'd recommend probably leaving at least a 6 to 10 inch gap between the two blocks, because worst case scenario, if it's not mounted and you have that odd need for something that's a little bit outside of the range of the two of these, or the mount pieces, you can use the longer extensions to reach the material. So I'd recommend between from end to end about 6 to 10 inches apart. Alright, now with those installed, the front of your block, I know it's black, it's kind of hard to see, but there's two holes at the top. There's two holes there for one of two reasons. Actually, just two reasons in general. One is in case one of them strips out, which is possible, it could, it's plastic. But these don't need to be tightened very tight at all, just slightly snug. But also it allows you, when you slide it on, so if you're trying to go to the further outside edge of the rail, you can see that the rail overhangs, but that screw is in a position to where you can just tighten it up and it won't move. Alright, now with this here, there's not a whole lot of play, there's very little to speak of, but there is a gap. So once this plate is mounted, come on, focus, once the plate's mounted, there should be no clearance issues. You know, over time it may have a clearance issue, but you can just shave down this plastic or sand it down a little bit. But I left about 1 mil of clearance, because I know with the smaller machines you're not dealing with a whole lot of extra room. So I tried to save as much clearance as possible. But if it ever becomes a problem, just get a hold of me, we'll figure something out, and if we need to, we'll make another piece or make an adjustment to where you don't have, you'll be taken care of. Like I said, these get tightened down just until you start to feel a drag, and then they won't move. And there's no wiggle, there's no wobble. As long as your rail is mounted tight and firm to the gantry, no issues. And then you can take them off if you want to. That's the good thing about this system, is you can just take them off. You don't even need to have them on there. If you're doing a big job or something in the way, you just take the thing off, leave the rail on the machine. It's not going to hurt anything. So basically, also when you get this kit, when you get this kit, you're going to get 6 of these screws. These are I don't know, they were sold as M4s, but they're just standard self-tapping screw. So once you drill your 1/8 inch drill bit hole, you put this in there, tighten it down, And the rail itself, you should have no problem using what is this? I think it's quarter inch socket. But I use these drill drivers. Fits perfectly in there, and this in and of itself is made to where you have plenty of room now when you put these in, I would recommend pre-drilling, because these are a snug fit, because you don't want them to be loose. So what you'll need to do is put them in and tighten them down and basically strip out a spot in this plastic. That way it's a nice snug fit to the screw. But it's designed to where, you know, a regular socket will fit in there and allow it to go in there, and the nut should be flush, or the bolt should be flush. Okay. Now you can use any kind of bolt, any kind of screw, as long as it functions. But this is specifically designed to work with this particular screw because of the clearances it has. But as anything else I do, if you have any questions, reach out. I'm pretty much always available, 7 days a week. You know, I'm here to help. And if you have any questions or problems with what you're doing or trying to install it, and you have a question or an issue or something you think might be a problem, just hit me up. You know, I can be found at the link above. There's a contact me. Also, for anybody that wants to get a little 10% discount, new subscribers to the page, get 10% off their first order. So if you'd like to take advantage of that, just go check out the link above and take advantage of that 10% off. Get you a couple things, whatnot. There are several other tools on the page, this just being one of them. But if there's a lot on there, I know there's a lot of tools that I've created, and it can be confusing, I guess. I'm trying to work on getting more videos out there to be more specific with each one, because all I had before was a cell phone. Now I actually have a camera, and I'm gonna have, you know, another two or three set up here before too long to be able to do these demos and things like that. But nonetheless, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And thanks for watching, and have a good day.